Morning. It is just turning to dawn, so it is time to get up and start the day, take Shiloh to the beach and get cracking. Lots to do. Good morning, world. Before I take the dog to the beach, I've got to go and sort out the tender from last night. So it's just getting light. There's a very good reason why the tender is drifting alongside the boat and not out the back of it, and that's because if for whatever reason during the night we had to get up and go because we're on anchor here at the moment, and if we dragged anchor, if the wind picked up, like it wasn't meant to be windy last night, but here we are, if we dragged anchor and we needed to go in a hurry, I could get up and turn the engines on from the lower helm station, and we could go without worrying about whether or not there was an anchor rope wrapped around the propeller. So things get done for reasons. We've made these videos as a bit of a visual diary of our everyday life on the boat. It is a way to capture time so that in years to come, both Hayley and I, and the kids as well, can look back on these moments on the boat and what our daily routine consisted of. We started uploading these videos as a way to share this experience with friends and family, but also as a way to easily keep memories online on a platform that was relatively manageable. If we didn't have the motivation to edit these videos together, there is a danger that the records of this chapter in our lives would just get swallowed on a hard drive, never to be seen again, at least not easily. And that is one of the things about our busy, data-driven lives now. Recording moments is an everyday thing, but accessing the stored files has become the hard part. So we're now ready to go and get the dog. Now the dog, when the dog is up, the dog wants to go to the beach straight away. So there's no mucking around. We've got to be organised and have everything good to go. Learned that lesson the hard way. Thing to do before going to the beach is to warm up the inside of the cabin. So overnight, the temperature drops obviously. We don't have any heating going during the night, and it's quite cold in here. So that's us right now, 11.5 degrees out inside. Don't know what it's going to be outside. It's colder than that, obviously. 11.5 degrees is quickly fixed with this little thing. So this is our diesel heater, and quickly that's going to heat up the cabin. Morning, Shiloh. Morning, Shiloh. You excited for the day? Off we head to the beach. The sun's just coming up. It's a very quiet time of the day. Just perfect. My favourite actually. Love this time of the day. Everything's just coming to life. And there we are, on the beach. The dog happy to be on the beach. So we'll tie the tender up to this tree. and then get to enjoy some time. Just me and the dog. There we go. Even though it looks like an easy life on the surface, there is still a business to run with all of the complexities that accompany that. My mornings on the beach with the dog are a precious time to practice mindfulness, enjoy the silence, and just appreciate exactly what we have got going on. It's also a time to start mentally planning what work needs to be achieved in our marketing business for that day. So stick around if you'd like to see what a normal morning on a boat with a busy family actually looks like. It's not that much different, except for the view. So, on our walk, we find rubbish. And just bit of material takes some time. So that little collection is fairly average. We're in the middle of the Marlborough Sounds and the Marlborough Sounds. This beach is boat access only. It's winter, so there's probably not that many people using it. But there's still rubbish floating and coming up onto shore, which then just sort of hangs around. It's not good. But yeah, every time we'll try and collect up as much as we can. What was this? Boy's gonna love that. That's a rocket. It's a heavy rocket though. So how stunning. Aren't we lucky? Are we lucky, Charlo? Are we lucky? Are we lucky? Oh. Right, time to head back and put the kettle on. So sometimes in the morning, I'll take Charlo for a big row and we'll go and explore. Go and see what the world has to offer and where we are. Cruise around some of the bays. Do about 45 minutes worth of hard rowing. So it's a little bit of exercise, a bit of exploring. It is kind of a good time to talk about anchoring. So as you can see, here's our anchor chain down, and we dropped anchor out here nearly 20 metres away. You can see there's a buoy just floating out here over my shoulder, the orange buoy. So we dropped anchor in line with that buoy and the other buoy over there. And it was visually easy to see where we put our anchor. And 4.5 metres of water, so it was meant to be nice and quiet with 0 knots wind. So we let out a scope of 4 to 1, which means we needed about 18.5, 19 metres, so we chucked out 20, roughly, and so there we are, just hanging out in this amazing bay, on anchor, and we're the only ones here. So having the trust and faith in your equipment means that we can pretty much go anywhere. So these little bays that don't have any moorings, that are just anchor only, are completely accessible to us. The boat's big enough that it holds its weight in the water. The anchor itself is over-engineered for the size of the boat. The chain is certainly over-engineered for the size of the boat. So we've anchored in some quite hefty winds. We've anchored on 50 knots before, which was interesting. And since we've rode out 4 or 5 storms on anchor now, we're pretty confident that depending on the conditions and depending on the ground that we anchor into, we're pretty confident that we're going to stay put. So especially in the Sounds, where the wind whips around from all sorts of different directions, having the ability to anchor in some of these more remote bays is amazing. Because there's no one here. It's just us and the sunrise. Mooring is an entirely different experience. So when you're on a mooring ball, you are having complete trust and faith that you're having complete trust and faith that the mooring block is well maintained and the tackle and chain is all well maintained. And in the Sounds with the Pelorus Boating Club, that's the case. They're always well maintained, but they do occasionally give way and they do occasionally come offline. Last summer there was a handful of moorings that weren't available for whatever reason, and you have to wonder what happened to take them offline and need to be repaired. And so if you were the boat that was on the mooring when it failed, what happens? I haven't met anyone, I haven't talked to anyone that has been in that situation, but you would imagine that it does happen. So there's a bit of trust and faith that goes into using a mooring, but then the chances of staying put for the night on the whole are a lot greater, and your swing arc is certainly a lot less when you're on a mooring. So what you end up sort of closer to the beach most of the time and more nestled in, so it's better protection in storms. And here we are. Good little mission. So a nice pleasant 16.3 degrees inside right now. Shiloh, hey girl, back from the beach. Next thing on the agenda, what's next thing, girl? Breakfast. Oh, and then we're up and into the day. While the kettle boils, it's a great chance to tidy up some lines from last night that we used to tie the tender up, and just tidy up the back cockpit. Try not to make too much noise because everyone's still asleep. And then just take in the day. Kids forever collecting shells. Super pretty. But what do you do with them? So it's a much more pleasant 17.9, almost 18 degrees inside. And here we have a couple of sleepy boys that have just woken up. Alex is reading Max a story by the heater.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Shiloh is sniffing around for breakfast.
Hello, Shucky. Hello.
Now this thing here, in the winter time, is absolutely wonderful. By the end of this process, we would have sucked up a whole tank full of water. Water is not our friend out in the ocean. We're busy trying to keep it out of the boat, and we're busy trying to keep it off the windows. So it stops everything going damp and smelling mouldy. So this has been awesome. It also keeps the boat warm. We don't have to open up all the windows all of the time. And especially in the morning, we can get rid of the moisture and then move on with our day. Yippee! Kettle's boiled. Nearly finished going around and doing all the windows with our wonderful little window vacuum cleaner. And interestingly, check that out. So that's over max, and I haven't even finished. So all that water is condensing on the windows overnight. There's 6 of us on board, so that makes quite a lot of moisture. And if we don't get rid of it, then that moisture hangs around in the boat. Early morning. This is how I start my day. Play. Your favourite 90s CDs?
No, we can't get new CDs, so that's what we're stuck with, the 90s. Just trying to shuffle our boat pantry. I think we're going to have to take everything out in a big stock take because it's almost shut the doors and then run away and hope everything doesn't fall back out. That's not going to go in there.
Hey, that's a good song.
Alex, what you doing, mate?
I'm trying to fix my hot buster neck, and then the head opens up, and then a little guy can go inside.
Did you make that yourself?
Yep.
And underneath here, you've got a big proper mech.
I've got a proper mech.
Let's have a look at that one.
It's a mech that's going to get rebuilt with all of these spare parts and a sword and all.
So is that its head?
Yep, that's its head.
So on the boat, you love playing Lego, don't you? You're constantly building things.
Yep.
This is Alex's Lego workspace. But now, I think it's time for Jenny to come out.
Yep.
Right, so what we do preheat for a bit. Ta-da! Here's another one of the power controllers. So once that flicks over to charge, we'll notice everything changed. Takes about 30 seconds. Here we go. Ta-da! And then we watch the power grow. So now we're making 60 amps. But most importantly, we can now run on 240 volts. So we'll check to make sure that water's coming out. Early morning, still pretty cold outside, but the sun is now over the hill. So the day starts properly. Time for dishes with a view. Maya is about to head off and take Shiloh to the beach.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Bye.
Hi. I'm doing the dishes, but this is not like doing dishes at home because we're doing dishes with a view.
How was that, Maya?
Fun.
Okay, so I'm making a boat smoothie, so bananas. Put a couple in this one because it's our small boat size NutriBullet, not the big huge blender one. And we're going to add, after the banana, we'll add some raspberries. We've got these frozen raspberries that were in the, it's going to be really cold. They're kind of all melted together. I'm not sure how, well, not melted, frozen together. And then spinach. And I'm going to pop in some, this is, you can't really see it, LSA. So linseed, sunflower seeds, almonds, and pea. I don't know what P stands for, but sometimes you get LSA with C, which is chia seeds. And then we'll put in a tablespoon of that, a tablespoon of vital greens, and a tablespoon of, this is a natural plant protein. It's vegan and it tastes like vanilla, so it makes all the kids like it. And almond milk. So we'll pour in some of that. And then we just stick it on, and because the generator's on, we can use the power mixer. I'll put a bit of spinach in there. Okay. So who's going to test it? You? You can't be in the video because you've got no clothes on.
Mum, but where is my clothes?
It's not that cold, middle of winter. He doesn't even want to get dressed. Because it's raspberries, there will be seeds in it. That's yours, Mackie. I need to make another one. Okay, we've got these really cool silicone straws. Which one are you going to use? We've got silicone and metal ones.
Dark blue, dark blue, dark blue.
Okay.
Please give me
Dark blue, so Max likes dark blue. It's his favourite colour. Alex, what colour is Alex's cup?
Red.
Red is Alex. He can be green. And who's green? Who's green cup?
Sophia.
Purple. I mean,
So, do you want a purple or pink straw?
purple.
Purple straw. Okay. No one's going to be pink straw today. There you go. Who wants to try it, Maya? Do you want to come try it? Oh, you haven't got one.
I tried a little bit in the cup.
I have to make yours now.
Yum.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a try, Mackie? We'll just film your face. Is that good? Yep.
Right, so while we clean up, it's time for Smoothies in the sun. Time for schoolwork, Sophia?
Yeah.
Not a bad classroom. Oh, Alex, you're reading too, mate.
Uh-huh.
Cool. And then the other two are outside chatting about life and having a smoothie. Last thing before we turn off the generator is to make a coffee so that we're all set up ready for the rest of the morning. Thankfully, we've got a coffee machine. Since I started with the coffee machine, of course, 2 coffees turns into 4 hot chocolates.
What's that?
A little bit of hazelnut for Hayley.
Oh,
Oh, yum.
Hayley likes the fluff. Max, are you excited for a hot chocolate?
Yeah. Ho. Hoo, 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 hoo. Must man. Hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. I'm gonna play tackle. Tackle. Yeah. Then this now will be this. That's a rocket. Rocket and fruit.
what are you going to do today, Max? What are you doing? Show me your schoolwork. Are you doing your workout? Where's your schoolwork? Ooh, is that your Christmas book? Yep, that's great.
Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you out there.